Alright guys, today we're going to be going over what's called instance materials. Instant. You get the point. You can see it right there. For the love of God, I need to learn how to speak better English. Now, an instance material is a material that is sorry about that, is created from a material that you already have made. So you're allowed to do slight adjustments to that material using these little guys, the parameter nodes, and it allows you parameter groups, as you can see, to change certain groups of things. Now the main material will always be right there under parent, so you double click that to open, and we're going to find believe there we go, this is an instance. So these are everything that you can change: the scalar parameter values, the density, the flow amount, so on and so forth. All of these are changeable, but under general, you're going to see the parent. We're going to open up the parent right now. That allows you to change everything inside the blueprint. Quick, easy, and simple little thing to go over. So I'm going to bring this in, and we are going to just drag and drop that here. I have no idea what it just did, but I'm going to hit play. I have not managed to find out where that error is inside my thing yet, so let's go over meshes. And we're going to drag in one of the river meshes. Just drag that up. So here we have it. This is one of our instances that helped create this little guy right here. And as you can see, it's standard. It looks okay. It's got a nice flowing river, but it used to be a lot more detailed until I screwed with it. So this is it right here. Now if you look down here, there's a lot of stuff to go over. Now we're going to put this at 5. We're going to hit save. And by hitting 5 and saving, we just added a ton more detail to this entire thing. We gave it tessellation. So we're going to play again. Now, always remember, tessellation will definitely bring down the FPS. It's always best to use parallax occluded mapping, but we're going over instances today, so now we can change this even more. Let's see, river rock displacement 32. So we're going to change this to 16, and that turns down the displacement of the rocks. Now if we want it to as well, we can increase this to 4096. That will improve the tiling. And these are for the pebble displacement. We're going to turn these up to 64. And the wetness sharpness. So we want the sharpness maybe to be a good 10. So that will make it look a whole lot better and make it really sharp looking. The wetness height, I want it to be a little bit higher off the ground. And you got desaturation, I don't want any of that. A micro variation scale. So we're going to put this at 64. You can see that truly brings the material alive. That literally gives it all the bumps in all the right places. And that just sounded so incredibly wrong. Now, we're dealing with river rocks, so of course we could put that there, but let's just put it back to 738. So we're going to hit save again. And as you can see, I totally messed everything up. but it was well worth it because I got to show you what an instance is. Now I'm about to show you how to make an instance. Turn that back to 32 and minimize that. Because to be honest, I just want this normal again. So let's make an instance. Right click. Sorry about that. We need to find the master material real quick. Materials. So the master material is not actually going to show itself. So we're going to go into textures and we're going to create a material. So there we go. Material main. Now in this material we're going to add a bunch of scalar parameters. And we're going to add a group description. So this group is going to be rock. Alright. And we're going to put it at 10. And that's going to be for the roughness. Now we're going to name this rock roughness. Alright. And we are also going to add, we're just going to duplicate this. And we're going to add one for metallic. I like how metallic, when you put it up really high, it makes everything dark. Metallic. I put 3 L's and I meant to only have one. And that's going to be in its own group as well, because when you do this, you give it the best type of control. And we're going to hit save. So, right click on here, create a material instance. And now you're going to have your material properties. You're able to change metallic and rocks. So, we're going to change this to 1. Didn't do anything. So instead we're going to change it to 0. We got one shiny little rock. Basically we made a really pretty marble. Actually it looks like steel, to be honest. So once again, there's our parent rock, and we're actually going to bring in the rest of these, because I can't stand to look at a rock without its normal map. We are going to actually apply this to an object, so we're going to apply this to the river cube. So this is our material instance. Whoa. And what we've pretty much done is made a really, really shiny rock. Now keep an eye on the rock. We're going to knock this roughness to 0.5. Now all we did was make a wet rock. So hit save. And that is our wet rock. Now that should cover material instances. And if it doesn't, I'll just have to go over another one. But as of right now, that is pretty much as you need to know about instances. You can change this entire landscape itself with an instance. If it opened. I was about to say for instance and make a really bad joke. But this entire mesh that is on this mountain, I put in the snow. I removed all of the green grasslands, and in the end it ends up looking like a snowy wasteland. So that is actually how useful material instances are. And I'll actually show you. This used to be grass, moss, and the moss normal. But instead I ended up changing both of them to snow. You see there's the snow on top, just to give it that nice look. Now we got blending, tiling cliffs. The max that it can go was 1.5. May as well change that. We got the diffuse, we got the normal of the diffuse. I turned most of that off. And and the parent has grass on its butt, but other than that, you know, what happens if we made this a subsurface? I don't know. Anything that you go and change inside this instance will change the entire cliffside. So if we decided to put moss back, the minute this thing is done compiling, all of a sudden you see some moss. And if we wanted to just completely get rid of this, we can put grass back. And let's go with grass D. Not grass D. Let's not go with grass D. Grass. We need a new grass texture, one that's good. Look at what I did. Anyway, we're going to go back to default lit and hit save. But the entire thing will be changed back to a non-snowy wasteland. As soon as the stuff is done compiling, which there it partially goes. Alright, so there that is. That should have changed back. See that? Now we have grass. So with an instance, you can pretty much go and 534, just like that. Change it all back to being a snowy wasteland. I hope that covers it all. Thank you for watching, guys, and have a good day.